Hi everyone, I'm Abatune. Welcome to my channel Africa Everyday. Today I want to make a part 2 of the reason why online scamming will never end in Nigeria. Before I do that, I'd like to show my full appreciation to my patrons. Thank you for supporting my channel. I really appreciate you guys. And for those of you out there buying me cups of coffee, thank you so much from the deepest part of my heart. I'm grateful for you guys. Without your support, all this would not be possible. So I'll be eternally grateful to you guys. Most especially Atomic Shrimp. Thank you for being there for me, for being the pillar of this channel. Thank you very much. All right, before I go further, I'd like to clarify some points. Like, for example, now, making this video, it is not an excuse. It's not an excuse of Nigerians becoming scammers. Poverty is not even an excuse because we have countries that are far poorer than Nigeria. We have Sudan, we have Zimbabwe, we have Kenya. They are far poorer than the Nigerian, yet many of them, we only have few online scammers coming from there. Look at, for example, now, in India, India is one of the advanced countries in the world, not at the level of US or UK. The poverty rate level in India is still very, very low, yet we have a lot of scammers coming from India. In fact, I can't start to talk about, I don't know the worst when it comes to online scamming between Nigeria and India. So let's go into the detail now. One of the first reasons why online scamming will never stop in Nigeria is that there's little to no punishment for scamming in Nigeria. Yes. What do I mean by that? Though we have an institution that is in charge of coming after scammers and also the politicians that are misappropriating. The institution was founded simply for prosecuting politicians or any other important people in society that are misappropriating or embezzling public funds. But in recent times, prosecuting scammers, online scamming, popularly called Yahoo Boys, has also been instituted into the uh, into the objectives of EFCC. EFCC stands for Economic, Financial, and Crime Commission. But what we end up finding that is that when a scammer, generally when a scammer is caught in Nigeria, well, the EFCC agent, 99% of times what they want is the money. Once you can give them certain money from your loot, they'll free you. It is very, very rare to see a convicted scammer to be sent to prison. In many cases, they'll be given two options: it's either incarceration or fine. Then, for an online scammer who has many friends that are into scamming, they have money, how would they end up incarcerated? So, because there's no punishment, little or no punishment for them, you know, they are incentivized to keep scamming. Even though some of them, in their deepest heart, they know that this is a terrible thing to do to a fellow human. Another reason why scamming will never or may never stop in Nigeria is the decline in Nigerian economy. The price of goods and services in Nigeria is increasing almost daily, and that is pushing more and more people into poverty. So as a result, we have many youth in Nigeria that are in their head, they are ready to, they are ready to give an excuse for online scammings. The economy is getting poorer. Less people are being given employment because churches, they become industry in Nigeria now. There are so many vacant factories in Lagos, for example, now that have been occupied by Christians and being used as church. So we have far, far more churches in Nigeria than factories that we have in Nigeria. So things are getting worse and people are being pushed below the poverty line. And that is a huge factor on its own too. Then number two is the peer pressure. Yes, peer pressure. When you go to a Nigerian institution, when you see out of 5 boys, there's a very high chance that at least 3 of them will be a scammer. There's a huge. So this is putting peer pressure on the youth. A youth that is still supposed to collecting some money, from their parents. They've started sending money back home to they are in school and they are sending money to their parents at home. So that usually causes a kind of it creates a pressure on their peers. That pushes some of them. I've interviewed a young boy that said that he went into scamming because because all his friends were into scamming. He didn't really like it, but but he did it simply because he wanted to be in the company of his friends because he loved being with them. So he joined the scamming because of peer pressure. And the third reason is the culture of money first that we are experiencing in Nigerian currently now. In Nigeria, let's say in our society generally now, the only thing that counts is money. But I can tell you in 80s downward, the only thing that were counted back then was good behavior. A person that is of good character. That was so cherished. To an extent that we have this saying in Nigeria that says that good character is better than silver and gold. Good character, being a good person is better than gold and silver. That parable is not being entirely followed by Nigerian anymore. Because whatever you want to do in Nigeria now, if somebody, let me give you an instance. In the olden days, if a student decide to go to the countryside, probably to do a project, in the olden days, the people living in the village, the villagers, once you tell them that they are from schools, they will entertain, they will show you hospitality. In many cases, things that you are supposed to spend money for, they will do it for free. They will even give you food, drink, and some other things, fruits that they can give to you. But now, because of the degrading of the economic fabric, when you go there now, things you are supposed to get for free, they're supposed to be free, they are going to charge you. Even if you tell them that you're a student, they are ready to charge you. They will ask you to go and bring money to do it. So things are just getting worse. The money first issue is tearing the country apart. Then the last but not the least is the influence of religious leaders. Yes, influence of religious leaders. There are so both in Christian and Muslims, both in Christian and now Islam, there are a lot of clerics that are encouraging these youth to go into scamming. Talking about pastors and imams that are providing support for this youth to go into scamming. So some of the youth, they see it as something that is not only that it is morally acceptable, they also say it is religiously acceptable. Because what they know is that those imams and pastors, what they want from them is money. That is why they are supporting them. And this is a very terrible thing, and it is having negative effect on every other person in Nigeria. Negative effect. And this is huge. I used to say that the victims of online scamming is not only the Westerners that are being scammed. Remember, we have victims of scamming in Nigeria too. Yes, we have some scammers that they base the focus on scamming Nigerians. And when we say scamming can come from any country. We have scammers in the United States, we have them in England, we have them in almost all the countries. In fact, I read it somewhere that North Korea have scammers. Yes, have people that are into scamming. I don't know how true that article is, but we have them. So that's it about today's video. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section below. Like, share, and comment on my video. You guys, I really love you guys. Remember, support my channel by becoming one of my patrons. For as low as $1, I really appreciate you guys. This will be buying me cups of coffee. A cup. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.